In the upcoming 2025 season, the Indiana Fever will have a new leader following the departure of Christy Sides during the offseason. In November, Stephanie White agreed to return to Indiana after previously coaching the team in 2015 and 2016. White led the Fever to 2 consecutive playoff appearances and a WNBA Finals appearance in her first year as head coach. A month later, White brought player development coach Keith Porter on board to join her coaching staff in Indiana. Porter had previously worked with White on the Connecticut Sun staff, helping player DeJohnny Carrington win Most Improved Player honors last season. In a conversation with Rachel DeMita on Monday, Porter reflected on his journey in the WNBA that led him to his current position in Indiana. Porter described his experience as a whirlwind, starting with training in 2020 before eventually joining the Sun and then moving to Indiana to train promising player Caitlin Clark. Porter expressed admiration for Clark, who had an outstanding rookie season and led the Fever to the playoffs while earning all WNBA honors as a rookie. Over the weekend, Caitlin Clark was seen at Arrowhead Stadium attending the Kansas City Chiefs NFL divisional round game against the Houston Texans alongside Taylor Swift, the girlfriend of Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce. The duo cheered on the Chiefs as they secured a spot in the AFC Championship for the 7th consecutive season by defeating the Texans 23-14. Despite offensive struggles, the Chiefs benefited from the Texans' penalties and emphasized ball security throughout the game. Kelce had a standout performance in the presence of Swift and Clark, catching 7 passes for 117 yards and scoring a crucial touchdown early in the fourth quarter. "I'm sorry, but it seems like you may have forgotten to provide the text that you would like to be paraphrased. Please provide the text and I will be happy to help with the paraphrasing. I'm sorry, but it seems like you forgot to provide the text that needs to be paraphrased. Please provide the original text so I can help you with paraphrasing. I'm sorry, but I cannot provide a paraphrase without the text that needs to be paraphrased. Could you please provide the text for me to paraphrase?" On December 11, Keith Porter was hired by the Indiana Fever as their new player development coach. The hiring of Porter was expected due to his previous role as the player development coach for the Connecticut Sun during Stephanie White's leadership. It was logical for him to follow White to the Fever when she joined the team this offseason. However, during an interview with Syndicate Nation on December 11, Porter disclosed that there was another reason he wanted to join the Fever. Porter spoke about the unique chance to mentor a talented individual with the potential to become a legendary female athlete, referring specifically to Fever superstar Caitlin Clark. On January 20, Rachel DeMita interviewed Porter on the Courtside Club Interviews show where he discussed his hopes for Clark in the future year of 2025. Porter expressed his desire for Caitlin to excel and surpass all expectations. He aims to equip her with the necessary skills to challenge opposing teams' tactics effectively. This will make it difficult for them to limit her options and predict her moves. Porter's ultimate goal is to empower Caitlin to dominate on the court and adapt to any defensive strategy thrown her way. "I just want her to feel completely at ease in any situation, any strategy, no matter what, and just dominate opponents," he remarked. In basketball, each action holds significance, but the offseason is when moves away from the court redefine the sport. The Indiana Fever has sent out a mysterious 2-word message that has supporters preparing for a potential overhaul. Experienced guard Erica Wheeler, who is also Caitlin Clark's teammate and plays a crucial role in the Fever's lineup, has suggested that her time in Indiana could be coming to an end. The ambiguity has left the community struggling with the prospect of change, a stark reminder that in basketball, just like in life, the unforeseen can alter the game in an instant. It all started when a mysterious message was posted, "Fever Cookin'." However, the post wasn't from Wheeler, but from Lisa Smith's brother, Rodney Smith too. This post on X sparked excitement among fans. People speculated if it hinted at major changes to the team's roster, a new player signing, or perhaps a goodbye to a key member. Wheeler has played a crucial role for the Fever, especially during a season of change with Caitlin Clark joining the team. Having signed a significant 2-year contract in 2023, Wheeler's leadership has been vital through the team's ups and downs. Nonetheless, her recent social media activity indicates her time with the Indiana team may be coming to a close. In a post, Wheeler mentioned receiving a list for free agency from her agent, generating more rumors. Subsequently, she warned that she would drop hints in a petty way, declaring it is all fun and games, and asked not to be cursed out. Fans have valid worries. WNBA teams are allowed to start discussing with free agents from January 21st, and the contracts will be signed starting on February 1st. Wheeler, who is an unrestricted free agent and ranks third in terms of annual salary compared to her fellow players, has attracted a lot of attention during the offseason. The Fever's lineup has experienced notable changes. Kelsey Mitchell, a key guard for Indiana, was offered a core qualifying offer, indicating she will probably come back. This situation leaves Wheeler as the main uncertainty. In light of free agency, it is important for teams to keep an eye out for possible strategic moves, and Fever appears to be equally enthusiastic about assembling a strong supporting cast around Clark to help them reach their highest level of success. One individual inquired, cooking what? Drawing attention to the uncertainty, curiosity, and secrecy shrouding the player transfer process in the WNBA. In the midst of playful banter, some people shared their worries. One person noted, "She won't be returning, guys. Her contract expired and she's now a free agent." They were never going to renew her deal, indicating acceptance of Wheeler's leaving. Indiana's management is currently at a crossroads with important decisions ahead that will impact their hopes of winning the championship in 2025. Bringing in skilled players such as Satou Sabally or Bonner could increase their chances, but if Wheeler leaves, it will create a gap in leadership. Some fans are not particularly happy about Satou, stating that they will log out if she is involved. It's not personal, but their passion for aces makes them feel bitter. Despite some comments being funny, there is a noticeable sense of tension lingering underneath. Fans are eagerly waiting for more information, but the brief two-word message remains in their minds. It could mean a big addition or a devastating loss, but one thing is certain, this offseason will bring significant changes for Indiana. Every decision made will have an impact, both on and off the court. The Fever's next move could solidify their success or lead to uncertainty. Caitlin Clark is preparing to face off against UConn, pitting the best player in women's college basketball against the most successful team in the sport's history. It appears that if there had been more enthusiasm from both sides, they could have collaborated. Each party is now blaming the other for not showing enough interest. Earlier this week, there was a discussion about the chance of Clark going to UConn, as highlighted in a profile by ESPN's Wright Thompson. In the profile, UConn was mentioned as her preferred college. Clark was eagerly waiting for UConn to contact her, but unfortunately, she never received a visit from the renowned head coach Gino Orima. In the end, she had narrowed her choices to Iowa and Notre Dame, leaving out UConn, who showed little interest in recruiting her. The fact that UConn did not show interest was disappointing to her. She admitted that she was more eager to be recruited by UConn just to be able to say she was. She had a great admiration for UConn and really wanted to have the experience of being recruited by them. Although they did reach out to her AAU coach several times, they never made the effort to directly contact her or her family. UConn's lack of interest in a highly ranked point guard like Clark may seem peculiar, especially considering she was ranked number 4 in the class of 2020 by ESPN. However, it's worth noting that they already had a commitment from Paige Bueckers, who was ranked number 1 in the same class and will be facing Clark on Friday. According to Orima's interview with CT Insider, they were content with Bueckers as their point guard and suggested that if Clark was eager to join UConn, she should have initiated contact with him to express her interest. Orima mentioned on Tuesday that there are numerous kids that they did not recruit and many who are not interested in attending UConn. He emphasized that he made an early commitment to Paige Bueckers and it would have been illogical to promise her a backcourt position and then try to recruit Caitlin Clark. Orima stated that he does not operate in that manner. Caitlin is clearly an outstanding athlete, a once-in-a-lifetime talent. However, if Caitlin truly had UConn as her top choice, she would have reached out to express her desire to join the team. In the end, both parties benefited from the outcome. She chose what was best for her and it turned out to be a great decision. We also made the choice we believed was necessary. Imagining UConn embarking on another inspiring journey with both Clark and Bueckers in their backcourt is certainly enticing, yet purely speculative. It's questionable whether Clark could reach the same level of greatness that has brought significant attention to women's basketball if she is required to share ball-handling responsibilities. Her success at the less prominent Iowa is an integral part of her story. Nevertheless, it is fascinating to recollect that Clark and Bookers were among the top 5 recruits, alongside Angel Reese, former NCAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player, Cameron Brink, Naismith Defensive Player of the Year and National Champion, and Camila Cardozo, key player of the undefeated team on the opposite side of the bracket. Obtaining any one of the 5 would suffice. Rumors and excitement surround the start of WNBA free agency on January 21, with high hopes for impactful player moves. With Caitlin Clark leading the charge after an impressive season, the Indiana Fever look to assemble a strong roster for the upcoming season. Despite this, it seems that a veteran player may be leaving the team. On Thursday, the Fever made a core qualifying offer to Kelsey Mitchell, giving them exclusive bargaining rights and making her eligible for a Supermax offer of around $249,000 for the 2025 season. This offer does not necessarily mean she will come back to the team. Meanwhile, the security guard Erica Wheeler is preparing to become a free agent with no restrictions, and her recent engagement on social media suggests she might be looking for a new team. Around January 17, Wheeler hinted about her